Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And we want to welcome you to the Hot Topics podcast with your host, Psycho 4081. Today, we will not have any guests. We're just going to do an intro podcast, basically explaining what we're going to talk about and what this podcast is about. Everybody has a podcast these days, but Hot Topics is just as it sounds. We're going to talk about some hot topics, some trending topics, some important topics, things that normally people are afraid to talk about. We're going to talk about some topics that will probably get some people fired. And we're going to have a little fun while we're doing it with our, guests and our special guest hosts. So, just follow us. If you guys can also kind of guide how this podcast goes, we have a number you can call. It's 443-683-9035. And that's country code 1 for those who are outside of the continental United States and other countries. That's country code 1, 443-683-9035. Leave a message or send us a text, and we'll see what we can do with that. So, like I said, every topic is on the table. We're not going to shy away from anything, and we're going to have some fun with this. So, I want you guys to give us some ideas of what you want to talk about. And some of the popular topics we've talked about in the past was obviously relationships. Relationships is always a good topic to talk about because that's something that everybody can, give input on. We're going to talk about some politics, some cultural stuff. I'm really big into that. We're going to talk about entertainment. We're going to talk about food. And hopefully the next podcast that we do, maybe we'll have it on location at one of our favorite restaurants here in Baltimore County, Maryland. Figure we can, we can talk about whatever topics and break bread with our guests and our co-hosts. So we'll let you know, and we'll let you know ahead of time. So if you guys want to come down and join us, come have a meal, participate as an audience, or join us as a guest. So that's coming up down the line. I'm not sure which day we're going to do it, and I'm favoring probably doing it on a Monday. That's usually a slow day, and then have it published by Friday, because I don't want to do a live program, because obviously we make a lot of mistakes and we have to protect people's jobs, mine included. And I'm not going to tell you what I do for a living, but I do a little everything, but I'm not going to tell you what I do to get most of my money. So that doesn't matter. And again, I said, please feel free to come in, call in, text. Again, it's 1-443-683-9035. Join us by all means. You never know what the topic is going to be. You can come in and, like I said, have a good meal and participate in our chats. And I promise you it will be fun or frustrating, or you'll leave here angry. Either way, you're going to leave here emotional. Good emotions or bad emotions, you're going to leave here with something. So let me know how you guys feel about that. Again, this is the Hot Topics podcast with Psycho 4081. And we're going to have a call-in guest. Except they don't know they're going to be a guest right now. But we're going to call in and see what they have to say. It's always good to act up sometimes. By the way, the background music is called Pressure by Ari Lennox. Hello, is this Lamb Chop?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. What are you doing?
I'm eating. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, the background music is Ari Lennox called Pressure. It's a clean version. And our next one is A Long Way. So, okay, I have this podcast that I'm doing. It's called Hot Topics, right?
Okay.
It's called Hot Topics, hosted by Psycho 4081, which is, that's the thing I use. I've been using that for years, probably 20 years. So what I decided to do is I'm going to initiate you, designate you as one of my co-hosts. So
Okay.
what I need you to do is to set aside maybe a Monday. What day are you the least busiest?
Probably Monday.
Monday. Okay, so Mondays, what we'll do is we'll
Sunday or Monday. I'll say Monday.
okay, we'll do Mondays. We're gonna go to. We're gonna have our location. You're gonna be my co-host, and we'll have guests come in. We'll have a different topics, and we're gonna talk about everything under the sun. So,
Okay.
what you don't know, and your name, I'm not gonna give them your name. Your name is Lamb Chop. You're my co-host.
Okay.
What you don't know is that you're actually on the podcast right now. So, aren't you glad you didn't say anything inflammatory?
No, because I hope I can cuss on your podcast, because Lamb Chop cannot go without cussing.
Yes. So I have a little button I click. This is when we publish it. It'll say explicit content. So just to give them a warning. So yes. Hot topic. So we're looking at any type of social issue, any type of thing with politics, relationships, which is a big one. Relationships. And anything that people want to be scared to talk about. And of course, you come with your own expertise in the field that you're in.
Okay.
I do too. And of course, we have a whole wealth of knowledge with all the years we've been on this earth.
Right. That is true.
A lot. So I personally, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm glad you didn't tell me no on the air, because that I would be feeling some type of way.
How long have I known you now? I was talking about Corey yesterday. And Corey is what, 16?
She's 17.
She's 17. Jesus, is
Yep.
she driving yet?
No, not yet. Oh, she makes me nervous. I can tell you that.
Gotcha. I could not teach my kids. I had to enroll them in driving school. I couldn't do it myself.
You know what? We was talking about that last night. We had that fundraiser at Hirsch's Tavern for the
Right.
what's called Night of Peace family shelter. And we was talking about driving, and I was like, how my son, he does okay. He actually does better than what he thinks he does, but he's so nervous. And I was just like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the wrong person to teach my kids to drive.
That's a possibility.
So I'm gonna have to look at that, because they're behind schedule in my opinion, and we need to get them up and running.
No, behind schedule is 25 learning how to drive.
Oh, really?
That was me.
I think, let me see, I actually got my license at 25, but I was driving long before that.
Right. No. I mean, my mother never drove. She left this earth not knowing how to drive.
Really?
So, yeah. So for me, for her, it wasn't an issue. Like, she didn't care if I got my license or not. She was able to get around just fine, and felt like her kids were able to get around. My sister still doesn't know how to drive.
Wow.
Yeah, I could do it.
Yeah, I need my freedom. I definitely need my freedom.
Yeah, I wasn't cut out to spend 2 hours to get to a place that takes 20 minutes.
Right.
Like, yeah, I was not cut from that cloth, so.
Wow.
And plus, Jeff wasn't having it. He's like, I can't, every time you want to go somewhere, I got to take the whole family with me. Because that's when the kids were younger. We couldn't leave them at home.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I can say I drove illegally for a long time, because the statute of limitations is over. And, so for me, and where I grew up, you took driver's ed in school, and it was mandatory. You had to pass it. And I did all that. And what I didn't do, I don't know if it was laziness or whatever, or because I was going into this, service, but all I had to do was take the car down to the DMV and get on the actual, road.
Wow.
I never did that until, because I was moving from place to place. And then when I finally, let me see, was I in Maryland? Yeah, I was in Maryland, right?
Oh.
Yeah, that's when I got my license. And I I was like driving big step vans, dump trucks.
Move, darling.
So yeah, that was something. But yeah, I don't want my kids to have to go through that too. And like I said, they need a little bit more independence anyway.
Yeah. And you're not dependent on somebody. When it's time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah, that's Lord. And it's not that I do a lot of things anyway, but hey, let me ask you something. What's your favorite food?
Oh my God, I'm such a piglet. It's hard. It is hard. If I had to narrow it down, probably French fries.
French fries, okay.
I could probably eat French fries 24/7
with pepper on them.
Yes.
I already know that.
Or, you know what? I'm not even that picky. If they plain, I can eat them. If I don't have ketchup, I can eat them. If I don't have salt, I can eat them. I'm not really that picky. It just, probably that.
So for those who don't know, she and I used to go to our favorite restaurant and get pizza and fries.
And French fries.
Because most people say that don't go together.
It does.
Yeah, that was something. But they have new ownership now. It doesn't taste the same.
Yeah, it does not. It does not. And they got them little funky, crispy fries. That's not. I don't know what that is. Yeah. I don't like those. Yeah, I don't like those.
So on our podcast, we're also going to do reviews, and we're going to talk about certain foods since you and I both love food.
Yeah.
And I think we'll have it at a restaurant.
Okay.
So we'll have it over a meal of sorts and see how it goes for there.
All right.
I said it's up to you. If you want to bring up a particular topic that happens that you happen to come across, we're open.
Okay.
And we have a number for people to call in. I'm gonna put that online, where they can call in and leave a message or text to they want to suggest a topic or they want to comment on what we're saying. And we're not doing this live because I still need to keep my job and and I make way too many mistakes. So
okay, that sounds good.
But
I'm in.
But thank you for not. How usually sometimes, you can. Let me tell you something. Lamb Chop can get rude on the phone sometimes. Like, I'm just glad I didn't get insulted, and she didn't even drop no F-bombs. That's
I did
rare.
Not. I did good. And listen, I'm trying to manage my menopause, man. So. Some days I'm just not good at it, and my patience level is very short. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
You know what? That's another thing. You know what we should have? We should have a curse jar.
No, you just want to take all my money. That's all that is. I'm not going for that. No.
Our curse jar funded some really nice happy hours.
No, listen. I was not successful the last. Y'all drank on all my money. I'm not doing it this time. Learn from my lesson.
That is hilarious.
Right. Let me go. I want to finish my lunch. And I'm a little tired today. I did a lot this morning. So,
okay.
I run out of energy fast.
Okay. I totally understand.
So I'll probably finish my lunch and then I'm going to try not to take a nap. I'll try to stay awake.
Okay. So we have a date for Monday.
This Monday coming up?
Yes.
All right, I will schedule it. And what you want me to just come to your house, or what we gonna do?
You can either come to my house or we can go to the restaurant. Either way.
Okay.
I'll let you choose.
Well, let me see. Let me think of a restaurant, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
That's going to be one of our hosts, and she goes by the name of Lamb Chop. I gave her that name, so. I'm glad she didn't curse me on the podcast because she's good for that. So, but we have let's call some other people. Let's see who we have. Let's see who's not going to curse me out. Oh, I got somebody. Call. And you know, people have like that have all these different phone numbers, and you don't know which one to call. That didn't work. Oh, you know what? It's 3:38, and I just realized that it's 3:38 p.m. I don't know what time you guys are going to be listening to this, but right now, I guess most people are going to be at work because today is Tuesday. So normally I would call and make a crank call. Let's make a crank call. Let's see here. Who could we make a crank call to? Let's see. Boom. Let's dial in this number here. Okay. Let's see. Hope somebody picks up.
The number you dialed is not in service.
Oops. Wrong number. I'm sorry, folks. All right, here we go. This is actually the substation for Woodlawn Precinct. The Randallstown substation.
Community Outreach Officer Ben Clark.
Hi, I'd like to report a crime.
You know it is what crime you would like to report?
I was maliciously injured.
You know it's a crime to play on people's phone. It's called telephone misuse.
Hey, how you know? I'm trying to report a crime.
Okay. And how was you visually injured? Whatever you just said.
I discovered it recently. I got a crack in my butt.
I think everybody has a crack in their butt.
I forgot you guys had call ID.
If you don't have a butt crack, I would think you would be abnormal.
So listen, I'm actually recording a podcast, and I'm calling. What did you say?
At least you say you don't work here anymore.
See, I got fired already. Listen. I just wanted to make sure that I called to make a crank call and you guys are safe. So
yeah, we are. But what's your podcast you just said?
The podcast is actually called Hot Topics, hosted by Psycho 4081, whoever that person is, and we're going to talk about everything under the sun, anything that might get us fired, any trending topics, anything at all. So.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully you guys can come on the podcast and, give us some valuable information, maybe on crime prevention or whatever.
Oh, okay. And
So,
when does this podcast take place? Because we normally take requests 6 weeks ahead of time. You like that responsibility?
so look, we're gonna record on Mondays, and it'll be probably at a restaurant because we're gonna have a meal, so you can come down for lunch, and it'll most likely be broadcasted on a Friday. So I haven't really decided on which date is going to be broadcast on, but definitely we're going to record on a Monday. So,
Okay.
just
All right. So just keep me abreast of the date, and hopefully you do it within our precinct, because I don't typically like to respond outside of my my area, sir.
okay. What area do you handle specifically?
Handle your area and mine.
Hey. Oh, so it was split up. Okay. Hey, don't be telling everybody my business. They don't. I'm Psycho 4081. I don't know you guys like that.
Let me click. Let me go. I gotta go to my basketball game.
All right. Well, thank you for answering. And of course, if I call that number, I'm not going to get cursed out like some other ones may do. So we'll chat later.
What number?
Huh?
All right.
All right. Bye.
What number?
No. I'm just calling random people. I'm about to call the councilman's office. Later. All right, let's see. You guys want to hear from our local councilman? This is Baltimore County Councilman Julian E. Jones Jr. He is councilman of the 4th District of Baltimore County. I won't call him that because it's kind of late. I don't know, they have 2 offices, but I think that's what we'll do on our podcast. We're going to at least make one crank call or random call. I won't even call it crank, but we'll make one random call to an office during the podcast. And if we record in the evening, it'll most likely be a business. So we'll see how that goes. But we're going to wrap this up since this was just something to kick off our inaugural. I don't know why I have a hard time saying that word, but our inaugural podcast for Hot Topics. Again, I'm going to give you the number. It's 443, country code 1, area code 443-683-9035. And by all means, drop us a message, good or bad. I'll post it on the podcast. You can send us a text. I'll read it. And if you want to give us any ideas of what topic you want to talk about, just let us know. So also, I'm going to have a Facebook page titled Hot Topics. And it might have Psycho 481 on there. And don't ask me where I get that name, okay? Please. But we'll have that on there. And like I said, I'm looking forward to some good discussions, some good debates, and we're out. Thank you. Boom, boom.